Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through one of the most important topic in user interface, that is nothing but golden rules, guys. So these are the main three headings in which we are having multiple rules, guys. Okay. So the three main golden rules given by a scientist, you can pronounce the name, guys. I cannot pronounce the name properly, so that's the reason I'm skipping it. Okay. The three rules are: place the user in control. Okay, so you need to control, or you need to place him in a controlled way. Okay, reduce the user memory load. So this memory is nothing but his, not his memory, guys, his mobile memory or his device memory. You need to load it in a less way. You need to reduce it. So make the user interface a design consistency. So basically the design should be similar and it should be attractive in every page. Okay. So what is user interface, guys? First, user interface is nothing but whenever you open an application, the first thing that you see is nothing but the UI. So basically the user, whatever he's seeing is nothing but user interface, guys. And he's using that to interact with the system. So that is nothing but user interface. Simple? Yes. So user interface design begins with the identification of user tasks, environment and requirements. So you will be designing the UI based on the user's requirement, right? Yes. Okay, so once user tasks have been identified, user scenarios are created, okay, and analyzed to define a set of interfaces, objects and actions. So basically based on the previous analysis, we'll be deciding and we'll be designing the user interface based on the requirements, like which is having higher priority, that will be keeping first, like that, and what are the user functionalities, only that will be keeping there. We don't keep any developer things or any kind of unwanted things. We'll be giving only the needed things. Okay, so the first point, we discussed the 3 points, right? We told about 3 points. So the first point, place the user in control. In that we are having multiple rules or multiple rules, guys, we can say. Okay, so the first rule is allow user interaction to be interrupted and undoable. Okay, guys, I'll be reading the theory, then I'll be explaining you guys, because in that way I can explain better way. Okay, so the user shall be able to easily interrupt a sequence of actions to do something else without losing the work that he has done so far. Okay, right? The user be able to undo any action. Okay, so assume that you opened an application, guys. Okay, so you opened an application, but it is a big application, so your system is getting slow, you slowed down. Okay, so then you thought of, okay, now let me close the application. You are trying to close, but it is not closing. Again it is loading, it's not letting you close. So is that a good thing? No. So you should allow at any time, whenever a user want to close your application, it should close as fast as possible. And one more thing is that whatever he has done here, so assume that you are writing a text document or a word document. You wrote almost 100 pages. Okay, after 100 pages, unfortunately the current power cut has happened, or the software has corrupted, and your word document has not been saved. So whenever you open word again, it should ask for restore the previous thing. Like it should store somewhere the recent things, like whatever you are doing, it should store somewhere, like in temporary files or anywhere. So that is nothing but allow user to interact to be interrupted and undoable. So basically he can undo anything he wants. Okay, similarly, hide technical internals from the customers or the clients, you can say. So basically who needs technical things, guys? High technical things the developer needs or tester needs, but not the user, right? So you need to hide them, and the UI should be really user friendly, and he should get clear idea. He should not think that, okay, what is this, I think I need to understand this, I need to Google it. He should not think like that. It should be really simple and easy. The user should be stress free. Yeah, that's what I was talking. So the user should view only the output of the program. He should not be aware of how it is implemented, what is the complex system behind it. All those things are not needed for the user, right? He's an end user, that's it. He's just a small guy who is using your application. Okay, so design for direct interaction with objects than the appearance on the screens. So the user just by viewing once should be able to identify the purpose of the object, like audio icon to increase and decrease the audio. So the best example for this will be your YouTube, guys. So whenever you are using YouTube, you'll be having a volume button. So I don't know that much about Android, but in PC you'll be having a play button, everything you'll be having buttons, right? So you'll be having volume up, down. So everything by observing only you can read, you can understand that. So basically, did you read any book, guys, to how to increase the audio or how to decrease the audio? Okay, so you might be seeing someone doing that initially, like you observed it once and you learned it, that's it. So you didn't do some research in it and everything in that, right? So in the same way, that should be more interactive and the direct object should be placed so that the user will be 100% clear with it. Okay, provide more flexible interaction. Okay, the user should be able to perform the same action via keyboard, movement, touch, etc. Okay, so basically assume your laptop or your system is a touch screen. Okay, so if you want to press Windows, like I'm talking about Windows system, guys. Okay, so if you press Windows, the Windows start will open, right? So how many ways you can open start, guys? You can directly, because your system is a touch, you can touch it directly, it will open. You can press on keyboard Windows, or you can make your mouse to there, or you can with your joystick also you can click there. Like that, there are multiple options. So it should be flexible to interaction. There should not be only a single path to do that thing. There should be multiple paths so that it will be clear. But it should not be 100% ambiguous also. Okay. Okay. Define interaction modes in a way that does not focus on user into unnecessary undesired actions. So the user shall be able to enter and exit the mode with little or no effort. Okay, so basically whenever there is any kind of issue or whenever the user wants to close the app, he should be easy. It should be easy for him to close the app. He should just press the back button twice or one time to get back. That's it. Simple, right? Yes. So it should not say that once you press back, it should load. It is loading. Then it's saying, shall we exit? Are you sure you want to exit? And again, you need to press S. Again, it is loading. That will not be a good thing, right? So that is the reason why you should also manage that things and streamline interactions as a skill level advances and allow the interactions to the for customization. So the user shall be able to use the macro mechanisms to perform a sequence of repeated interactions to customize the interface. Okay, so if you ever used Excel sheet, guys, so in Excel sheet you can write some small macros to do some particular operations. So assume you are doing some data analytics or data analysis in Excel sheet. So you want to write your own functions, right? So some small function, once you press it, it will do some particular operation according to your analysis. So those things you should be able to write, and you can even modify the user interface also. Okay. So these are some of the important points about placing the user's control, guys. Okay, so the next point is nothing but reduce the user's memory load. So basically that is nothing but the main memory in your system or in your mobile, wherever you are using your application. So that should be less, because it completely depends, the speed completely depends on the main memory, guys. If it is occupying less main memory, it will be a bit fast when compared with the more memory occupied applications. Okay, reduce demand on short-term memory. Okay, so when users are involved in complex tasks, the demand on short-term memory can be significant. That is nothing but can be more. The interaction should be designed to reduce the requirement to remember past actions and results. Can be established by visual clues. So like calculators and many other operations will be there, guys. Okay, so whenever you are using some kind of operations, it should store somewhere, but it should not waste the memory, guys. So if you are using Samsung mobile, I use Samsung mobile, so I have idea on this. So whenever you are using Samsung mobile, I don't know about other mobiles. In Samsung mobile, whenever you open calculator, you will be having multiple keypads, right? The numbers you can add, and here you will be having a button for history. So whatever calculations you have done already, everything will be stored there. But that will not take more memory, guys. That will take really less memory, and it will store the things, because it will help you whenever you're confused that, okay, did I do the calculation or not? You can check it there. So that is nothing but it requires less memory, but it is giving a functionality. Okay, in that way, you should have some meaningful data usage. Okay, establish meaningful defaults. So the initial set of defaults should be make sense for an average user. By a user should be able to specify individually performance to as per his requirements. So in Amazon, the best example for this is Amazon website, guys. So in Amazon, when you search for a product, you'll be getting all the products related to it, guys. But you are also having an option to vary. So on the left side, you will be having a bar in which you will be having the ratings and the product based on the product. If you are searching for a laptop, RAM, graphic cards, about main memory is nothing but RAM, right? Sorry, hard disk space, you want SDD, like that, you'll be having multiple conditions to check. So these are nothing but some meaningful. Defaultly, Amazon guys thought that it could be better if we give all the details, and you can even alter them according to your requirements. So that is nothing but meaningful defaults. Okay, so define shortcuts that are intuitive. So basically, if you want to print a document, how you will be printing, guys? From a web browser directly, assume in that way. So if you press Ctrl P, it will print, guys, the shortcut. So this shortcut is intuitive, right? So you want to control it with respect to P. P is nothing but print. The shortcut for it is print. That's it. So the shortcut should also be easy to remember and they should be analyzed. Okay. So visual layouts to interface should be based on the real world analysis. So basically the interactions, the screen layouts, everything should also be interactive. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. Disclosure information in progressive fashion. So basically you need to give the information slowly, one after the other. So it should not be in a single page. You should not give the whole description, guys, because that will be creating many problems for the user. So when interacting with a task, an object or some behavior, the interface shall be organized hierarchically, like one after the other, one inside the other. Okay, so it should not be in a single video. You should not say the whole subject. You should divide it into some modules. Okay, so in that way, in the same way I'm saying, in the same way they'll be doing in the user interface also. Okay, so like sign up page will be separate, login page will be separate, forum will be separate, like that. Each and everything is separate. Even though they use the same things, in everything we are using taking inputs from the user only, but those should be separate. They should not be all in the same page. Okay, okay. So let us go through the last third main rules. That is nothing but make the interface consistent. Okay, so assume that you are building a website, guys. So first page you gave some color, assume you gave blue, and in second page you gave pink, and in third page you gave yellow. On one click of a single button, the color will change. Like assume that this is your home page, this is your about us page, this is your contact us page. So can anyone identify? So you are working on your computer and your brother or your sister or your parents watched you, like you are using a blue color website, right? So you visited a blue color website, so they are thinking that that's an educational website, so you are using it. So again, after a minute you clicked on something, so that's nothing but you clicked on about us. So at that time the background color changed to blue. So now the whole website theme is blue now. Sorry, not blue, that is yellow now, assume. So yellow. So now your sibling will be thinking that okay, this is a different website, but that is the same website, guys. So basically there should be some relation between the pages and everything. It should be consistent, like there should be some relation. Okay, so allow the users to put the current task into a meaningful context. So basically that will also come, guys. You can write this on your own, guys. So maintain consistency across the family of applications. So basically if you observe, the best example for this is when you are using Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. So basically these are the two products by Adobe which are used, one for photo editing, one for vector graphic editing, guys. Okay, so both of them are 100% the same functionalities and everything, but they are applicable for both different things. So if you learn Adobe Photoshop and if you are perfect in Adobe Photoshop, you can easily learn Adobe Illustrator also, because everything, the UI interface, everything is same. So this increases the family of applications to get marketing and everything, guys. Okay, so if past interaction model has created user experience, do not make changes unless there is a proper reason. So assume that you made a website and every user is saying that okay, the website is good, it's awesome and everything, but you are thinking that okay, let me do this change, I think that will make it more better. Don't think in that way. Until there is an issue, there is no need for you to change the whole thing, right? So in that way. Okay, so these are the few rules which are given by the scientist. Okay, so these are popularly called as golden rules, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic ideas. So in the next lecture we will be going through user interface analysis and design. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you, thanks for watching.